Hey everybody, it's Friday morning, the eve of New Year's Eve, 2023. So, just being accountable, I got up this morning and read my scriptures, and my plan was to go run to the YMCA, do my workout, run back. Well, they needed somebody they had to pick up a moving van. So I'm like, all right, I'll take you there. The YMCA in that neighborhood is just like a mile away. And so I worked out and I did my run. And I'm listening to Clubhouse. There's some good conversations on Clubhouse. And today was a good one. It's basically your takeaways from 2022, right? And I'm like, 2022 wasn't bad for me. My wife died November 2021. Okay, so that didn't happen in 2022. Okay, so did I personally have anything bad happen to me in 2022? No. All right. I learned about I've learned about an influence on this earth that I was not aware of, that goes back millennial, like way back. All right. Like 6,000 years ago. Okay. And there's these spirits. There's a term called the zeitgeist, which is the spirit of an age, like the Roaring '20s, like the Great Depression, like the '60s. Okay, and of course the post September 11th, post 9/11, and then now COVID. These are situations that are happening that are affecting everything during a time. Okay, and that time is now. All right, and in the Bible, so I'm reading my scriptures this morning, and I started off in Psalms. So Psalms 36 is like the shortest psalm in the Bible, right? And it's reading it first was interesting. I don't usually read it first. And then David's always talking about this enemy, right? And the attitude. Basically, he's describing the attitude, how to identify the ones that are out to get you, right? And he's asking God to protect him from these people. Okay, he's describing them in great detail, right? And then I go to chapter 36 in Genesis, and this is talking about Esau and his lineage, right? And it doesn't say anything bad or anything, just who did what, right? Who married who, and and how many kids they had, and where the kids did, and the whole lineage of Esau, who married in with Ishmael, right? It's pretty intense, right? And then you go and I read Matthew chapter 6. This is where there's the Lord's Prayer in there, okay? And so now I'm going to talk to you about, there's a difference. There's a different spirit of Christ, his teaching, than you get in the Old Testament, okay? And basically, he's rising above everything, focusing on God, right? Talking to God, calling on God for everything, right? Incorporating God in everything you do. So I gave a presentation yesterday on goal setting and having God in your plans. I talked to the apostle about this yesterday. You know, you've got Noah, who had the plans for the ark, for the ark. 100 years building that thing, right? And then you have Joseph, who came up with got the strategy to feed all of Egypt during this famine, okay, and had it worked out in detail and meticulously implemented it. And then you've got King David, and he had this first census, and then the second census, what he got in trouble for, all right, and then the designing God's house and temple. He didn't build it. It was Solomon who built it. Solomon was also a really detailed, extremely detailed person. Okay, you look at Hammurabi. Hammurabi's reign ended. He died. He got a disease and died like 41 years before the birth of Abraham. Okay, and he was extremely detailed. He wrote Hammurabi's law, Hammurabi's rules, which is all the rules on how to use money. Okay, and a lot of that had to do with fines for certain things, and much of what Moses put in the law, he replaced money with sacrifice. Now there is fines for sexual misconduct, raping a woman or whatever, or having taking a virgin before she's married, all this stuff, right? Having intimacy with a virgin before she's married and all that. There's fines, okay, which is certain amount of shekels. Okay, so shekels that was that was Hammurabi's contribution to society. Was money, the use of money. Okay, but you hear about this Nimrod guy. Nimrod is not one person. Nimrod is a mentality of a certain type of ruler who would defy God and wanted to be God, wanted to be immortal, wanted to challenge God. All right, a tyrannical ruler. Okay, and it wasn't just one ruler. Okay, it was Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh probably was the one that built the Tower of Babel, right? Hammurabi would have been considered a Nimrod. Okay, the guy that came after him, after Hammurabi, was probably the one that had the conflict with Abraham. Okay, but then there was another